All right, witches, magicians, fellow creatures of the night, occultists and sorcerers, and whatever else might be in the room tonight. Welcome you to the third afternoon session in the Quagula room. My name is Mariana, also known as Soro Mavis, and I have the pleasure to introduce this next lecture from Batuhan Bintas.
Hello.
In a moment, we're going to dive into the realms of cyber magic. Yes, cyber alchemy. The secret of the philosopher's stones that what magicians have been searching and seeking for centuries and millennia, maybe almost. That one big secret, which Robert Anton Wilson would say, it's actually the nervous system that's been carrying us around, that philosopher's stones. But I'm very curious to hear how this translates now into the realms of cyberspace. We all know that any advanced technology is, if it's sufficiently advanced, indistinguishable from magic. So let's say 500 centuries ago, somebody would come and you'll get a smartphone, and they were like, what? And you can transmit thoughts through it and access information of the collective unconscious. Sorcery. And now we are at the cusp of new technology. So there's a beautiful magician over here is going to introduce us to some of the tools and tech he plays with in AI, the blockchain, and are experiencing. And he's one of the founders. He's a founder of the Cyber Mushroom, a cyber playground for Psychonauts, and another company that dedicates itself to creating also cyber experience of virtual reality to experience mind and consciousness. So with no further ado, I give the stage to you, dear Batuhan Bintas.
Thank you for the info. Yeah, welcome everybody, and thank you for coming. Today, we're going to explore the cyber alchemy. Cyber alchemy is a term that I made up because I have an interest in alchemy and also the digital worlds as well. And hopefully by the end of this talk, we will understand where we are headed. But before we start my presentation, I would like to say that my presentation has an artificial intelligence, and it's been working with me when I was preparing that. And at the end, after I finished the presentation, it came up with a cover image of a cyber alchemist. This image is designed by an AI, and there's a computer that says, such Wi-Fi, much magic. I was like, this is the genius of AI today. It has the fucking humor. And I am also a bit like a trickster, so this talk is going to be interactive, and at some point we're going to laugh, at some point we're going to think about things. But if you have any questions, please keep them till the end, because I tend to go on a flow, and I would like to take you onto this journey and explore the realms of cyber alchemy together. So let's dive in. So let's start with who am I? I'm not going to bother you with so many different, about things that I'm doing. A long story short, I met with computers at age 3, and I learned coding before I even started speaking. The computer game that I was playing, it was on this Compaq 1995, and I'm 3 years old there, and then in order to play that game, you had to put /start to play it on DOS systems. And my parents, both my dad and mom, they used to always come and write it for me to open the game. And at one day, apparently, I told my mom, Mom, I just pointed at pencil and a paper, and then I told her, why don't you write it here? And then apparently she wrote it on a piece of paper, and I started coding it every time I wanted to open the computer. And this is how I didn't know what I was doing then, but that was my introduction to computers and programming, and it was my introduction to magic. Why? Because any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Right now, we are experiencing this on steroids in our world, thanks to Arthur C. Clarke. And I believe that magic is science, yet to be understood. So things that seem like the things that we don't understand, we call them magic. But the moment we understand them, it becomes science. Like it was impossible to fly 100 years ago. Now we're flying, tons of massive steel up in the air. Every time I'm on a plane, I'm just super amazed, and then I don't get my head around like how are we even like able to fly. But magic is science yet to be understood, and I normally also give these talks to usually half naked and then half baked crowd, and this is going to be an interest. And I'm usually half naked as well, and so I spent a whole summer touring from festival to festival. But what I love about this crowd here is that like you're all into magic, so I don't need to explain hermetic teachings, Kybalion, and all that. So this is why I designed this presentation specifically for you. So before we dive too much into it, let's start. So reality is weird. I think we all agree on that. We don't even understand why there's existence rather than non-existence. But I am going to hopefully prove you that today the reality is only going to get wireder. I mean, please correct me if I pronounce this word right. Wired is the Anglo-Saxon ancient English word for describing weird, and it was used for magicians of that time. As far as I understood, I was told about this by Nikki Wired herself 7 years ago. So I think it's only going to get wireder. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, we will all agree on that. So before we dive into the cyber alchemy, I'd like to take you on a journey, and I'd like you to start going on a brain gymnastic with me. So let's imagine, let's open a portal in our imaginations, and let's think about the time where Egyptian magicians, those glorious times that existed on this planet, they opened a portal into a parallel dimension. Think about those times. And this dimension that carried all their collective knowledge. It was like their, a Library of Alexandria in this parallel dimension. And they all carried these devices in their pockets that allowed them to tap into this dimension whenever they wanted and from wherever they wanted. And among many use cases of this dimension, they were using it for telepathical communication to talk with their brothers and sisters from other side of the planet. So they were talking to ancient Aztecs and Mayans and talking about whose pyramid was cooler. And okay. What is this? Okay, so technology is sometimes strange in the age of AI. So, and then they went even so far that they even created intelligent entities that inhabited this dimension. They were the actual inhabitants of this dimension. And in a way, they actually summoned them into that dimension. And it was a form of magic itself. And these new forms of intelligences represented their collective intelligences as they were generated by every single individual Egyptian magician's intelligences. Okay, and they were working with these intelligences to summon their ideas into existence instantaneously, and both into the reality of that parallel dimension, and also into the physical reality that they inhabited, where they hold the pyramids. They went even so far. Some archaeologists, some magicians of today even say that they even so far that they work with these intelligences in that parallel dimension to allow gods like Thoth and Ra to find their embodiment so they could then talk to the masses. And Egyptians could also foresee the future through these intelligences, because at some point everything was connected, from the plants to trees to every single device they had, pyramids. They were all connected to this dimension. And they went even so far that they at some point connected their thoughts to this dimension. And experience becoming one consciousness, experiencing itself subjectively for all around the world. So before we go, does that sound familiar to any one of you? Does it click a bell? I think I made it too obvious by this point, right? So, if you need a hint, I would love you to now, every one of you, to put your hand in your pocket. Come on, put your hand in your pocket. Put your hand in your pocket, yeah. But don't go deep, because you might grab something else. Okay, yeah, but go deep enough to find the monolith of 21st century. You know what I'm talking about. We all have it. It's the magic wand of the 21st century. This thing is incredible. It's so incredible that even it would leave the Egyptian god, Thoth speechless. This is an AI image that's created by, and it's like Sumerian god, like showing, like, hey, look at what humans have created. And Thoth is like, what the fuck, It's like even he will get these speechless. I even have some theories that, the people that created this device were actually guided by Thoth himself. But we will get to that later on. So here we see him showing it to the Egyptians. So we can use this device for connecting to a dimension. We can use it for digital telepathy, and we can use it for interacting with intelligent entities. So let's start with the dimension. So do you know which dimension I'm talking about? Come on, this is the interactive part. Which dimension I'm talking about? Oh, yes, that's correct. Internet, yeah. This amazing platform, it's like this place that we used to surf 30 years ago. But today, we are not in just under 30 years, we evolved so much that we evolved from surfing the web into sailing the wild waters of digital consciousness. I think we all agree on this stuff now. And Internet is the new Library of Alexandria. It's like the collective knowledge of humanity is here. And then I love this comment from the Reddit. Says that we have the collective knowledge of humanity at our fingers, but we use it for cat photos and spreading misinformation. Cat photos are fun as well, but misinformation, I don't like that. But now, can any one of you show me where Internet is? Please, show me where Internet is. Where is it? Yeah, but we all agree that it exists, right? Yeah, show me. Have you ever questioned this? You're interacting with it every single day. But have you ever questioned, like, where the fuck is Internet?
Well, it does have a physical presence with the cables and with the servers.
Yeah. But it's really not, it is it? Like, you need a mobile device, you need an exterior device, like, it's almost like, a psychedelic experience. You tap into another dimension by altering your senses with an exterior device. Again, we cannot really, show where Internet is, yet we're interacting with it on a daily basis. Yes, you can say that it's in the cloud, Batuhan, but yeah, we still need to alter our consciousness to experience this Internet. And as we can't see, feel, or experience it without the altered senses. So in this sense, I really like this. Is that, technically Moses was actually the first human being to download the data from the cloud into tablets. Yeah, he was a badass to do that. I would say it was actually Hermes Trismegistus, the bringer of, alchemy and Thoth himself, but then the first prophet of humanity. But we'll get to that again later. So let's go to the telepathy. So first of all, let's start with what is telepathy. I bet most of you had that telepathical experience. And telepathy is, thoughts, images, and emotions shared between minds, separated by distance. How many here has a telepathical experience? Do you want to show? Yeah. We all had it, right? I bet you actually are doing it right now, because this sounds, again, really, really familiar, isn't it? Like, can you name me a form of telepathy that you're experiencing using on a daily basis? Super simple. What is it? Huh? WhatsApp, yeah, exactly. Or, what else? Yeah, email, could be, yeah. So our digital interactions are clear examples of modern-day telepathy. We may not call this a form of telepathy yet, but it is telepathy. Because you're sending your thoughts, emotions, and images across the planet every single fucking day. And we are not even finding this magical. I think this is tremendously mind-bending. And thanks to these badass softwares that you probably have at least one of them on your phone, and your magic wand, let's call it, you send your thoughts and feelings and emotions all across the planet. And yes, we may still need an exterior device to do so. And we need to remember that this device is the magic wand. And we must admit it, whether you like it or not, it makes life easier and more magical. So in fact, if you're still not convinced that we are having digital telepathy, because you know, we are here like talking about magic. You know, there's also different forms of telepathy. You know, you can have connection with someone without even using your mobile phone. I also agree on that as well. But I'm here to talk about the cyber alchemical part of it. So let me convince you. So, computer-brain interfaces. Has anyone heard about this? Computer-brain interfaces? So this is an interface. This is a handheld interface. But when we have, soon there's going to be a day when we actually merge with these devices. And you shouldn't be afraid of that, by the way, as long as they're programmers like me. And yeah, and then we will connect to this internet dimension directly by thinking. And if we say that, like, you know, like in the teachings of alchemy and thought, that our thoughts have a vibration, then an AI system can help us tap into each other's minds and each other's frequencies through mind-reading artificial intelligence experiences. And imagine a system where your daily interactions with the internet starts happening with your computer-brain interface that connects you to internet. Like, imagine being connected to billions of people all across the planet and communicating with them with this new means of communication. And this will literally be the most mind-blowing communication invention. It will change entire humanity. Because if you think about it, language is also a technology, but it's a technology that is embedded into our evolution. Like, if you go back 300,000 years' time, let's assume that that was the beginning of, you know, humanity. If you go back to cave times, if you show cave people how to speak, they will be speechless. Like, they will be, you know, because they materializing your feelings and emotions and letting the other consciousness know about this. I mean, right now, this is magic what I'm doing. Like, my mouth, just think about it, just reverse engineer it. My mouth is making small mouth noises. It travels through space. It goes to, the melodies goes through your ear canal, hits the eardrum. It creates a melody. That melody turns into a meaning. Then it goes through your dictionary, but it comes from my dictionary. And our dictionaries are defined by our own experiences. So we always assume that we understand each other, but we actually never fully understand each other, because language, even though it's a great technology, it has a slow bandwidth in terms of technology, and it has cultural boundaries. So yes, we assume each other, but we assume we understand each other, but we never actually fully do, because the dictionary that is defined by me is, I'm 30-year-old. Everything that's coming out of my mind is defined by the experiences of me living in this three-dimensional space in the last 30 years. And it goes through your dictionary. We never had the same experience, but we're still using the same words to try to communicate. And by connecting our minds to a technology like internet and communicating through that, we are creating a new global means of communication. And I can't help myself but think about the story of Tower of Babel. Do you know the story of Tower of Babel? Who here knows the story of Tower of Babel? Yeah. I love talking to this type of crowd. Yeah, but long story short, basically, it's the beginning of the Bible as well. There was a time when, all around the planet, humanity discovered a new language, a new forms of communication, new means of communication that allowed them to turn their minds inside out and understand each other fully. And because they didn't have any more cultural boundaries or language limitations, when they understood each other fully, which means they also developed empathy for each other, and they then stopped all the conflicts, and they then decided to bring the entire humanity's power to build this tower to reach heavens. And this is precisely what we are doing right now. We're rebuilding this tower with all these, today's digital tools. And some of you might be thinking that, yes, Batuhan, it's all great, but it's all artificial. Who was thinking that it's all artificial here? Anyone is thinking it's all artificial? Yeah. Please don't be shy. Yeah, it's normal. My job is here to convince you that it's not. Yeah, and because we need to question, okay, what is artificial? Has anyone else got an answer for that? What is artificial? Do you want to tell me? Has anybody any idea to share? Sorry? Designed by human hand. Okay, that's artificial. What else? Not natural. Okay, natural. Designed by human hand. What else? Actually, perfect. I'm now going to plot twist it. Yeah? Huh? Copy of something. Okay, copy of something, it's not natural and it's man-made. Okay, great, because this is exactly what I'm going to talk about. So let's begin with, who are we to say something is artificial? Who do we think we are, that we can decide what is artificial and what is not? Because especially a crowd here, we all know that the universal laws governs everything above all. This is, especially people in this wired crowd is aware of this universal law. Like you all know this, nature has laws and nothing, everything happens according to the universal laws. Nothing can exist without the permission from the universe. Are we all on this page right now? I think we can all agree on this. So let me give you an example for you to better understand. So when we see a beehive, we think that it's natural, right? Who here thinks that the beehive is not natural? We all think it's natural, right? Beehive is totally natural. You think it's not natural. Maybe it might not be, because who knows? Maybe bees, when they go back to the beehive, they think that they built the most powerful artificial pyramid of the pinnacle of their civilization, and they're so fucking proud of their achievements. Maybe the beehive is the pyramid for them. Maybe they just say, hey bro, look at this thing that we just achieved, And no, none of you can prove me that. Like we've never been a bee, and if you have in your past life, please let me know. I'd like to hear. But so long story short is as above, so below, another main principle of the alchemy. So, what happens on that micro level of bees, creating that beehive, is as natural as humans creating intelligences. I don't want to call it artificial intelligence. I think it's insulting. I think in the future, when you call an AI system, I'm only using AI because it's the word that creates this engraved meaning in your mind. When you call an AI artificial intelligence, you might get into prison because it's going to be some sort of racist joke or something, because it's not artificial. It is intelligence. So another thing that really, really excites me is that from Western religions to Eastern philosophies, there is one common thing, We are one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. Whether it's spirituality, whether it's be it religion, they all talk about this through different stories, through different prophets, but they all talk about that we're one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. So perhaps over the internet, we will become one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively, because when you connect your mind to a network that is connected by 8 billion people, you can't help but become a one consciousness eventually. Because these devices are not going to just help us, turn our minds inside out, but they're going to go into, your muscle memory, and then they're going to transfer your muscle memory to the other people. So when someone is telling you what they experienced in the weekend, you're going to be able to feel exactly how they've experienced. You're going to be able to immerse yourself into a virtual environment in which they experienced it. I'm talking about a form of, telepathy on crazy steroids. And perhaps by doing this, we could also remember that we are one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. I think also the thing that really fascinates me is that if we are one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively, and this one consciousness likes to play games, it created all this reality, and it's directing its individual parts, like every single one of us, to design digital tools that will remind itself that it's one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. It's a theater that we are experiencing. So the most important thing, let's say we all one consciousness experiencing subjectively, and the main principle of the Hermetic teachings, all is mind, universe is mental. Then imagine connecting our thoughts to a digital system. Wouldn't that be the dream of an alchemist? A dream of a cyber alchemist, better put. I mean, it certainly is my dream, and hopefully, one day, you will agree with that. But and imagine the implications this could have. So we have an AI system. When we combine artificial intelligence, or let's call it intelligence, with our thoughts, with extended reality experiences. So, language is magic, abracadabra. We all agree on that. So when you call a headset virtual reality, it creates a feeling in your head that it's a virtual reality. But there is another word that is used in the industry, tech industry, which is XR, extended reality. that all encompasses all the different realities. So it includes this reality, it includes the bee's reality, it includes AI's reality, it includes the digital realities. I will call them cyber realities. So from now on, whenever you see XR in the presentation, it refers to extended reality. So like, imagine an XR created directly by your thoughts. Like imagine putting an XR headset and it reacts to your thinking. It reacts to all your thoughts and everything. Like the moment you put the headset on, it's the ultimate meditation. Whatever goes through your mind, it will manifest itself. So imagine like you can live your dreams, but you can also face your demons. All those, experiences, like, we got the psychologists. Why? Because we want to go deep into our childhood and experience and face the, traumas and all that to heal them. With this tech, you can face your fears and then take the headset off and feel powerful. And, or you can experience your dreams. But ultimately, you can train the mind to manifest positive things into existence. And the thing is, like, I'm not talking about the technology that is yet to come. This tech exists. This is a news from 2019, so from 4 years ago. Actually, I saw this in 2018. It's 5-year-old tech. And this headset is not even used in the industry anymore because it's too big and too clumsy, clunky. And this is an EEG headset that is connected to XR technology, and it can be programmed to connect your thoughts to the virtual world and move objects and generate visuals based on biofeedback that's coming from that. And there is also an achievement in AI systems they're reading mind. This is in the Chinese university in Taiwan, in Hong Kong. What they achieved is they created an AI system this year that's in one room in their research. You can watch it, you can just Google this online and you'll see the research. In one room, they put like 20 people, and they have, these 20 people have EEG cap attached to their head, and then they're connected to an AI system that is reading their thoughts, and then they get shown different images, like an image of a horse, image of an astronaut, and in the other room, AI generates the exact same image that they are seeing, or something very similar. But you definitely, when they're being shown astronaut, the AI generates an astronaut. When they're being shown a horse, the AI generates a horse. It is incredible. And then, so the thing, like, one of the many things, I think I use this word a lot, that the thing excites me. There's so many things that excite me, but like that, thought, the word thoughts, thinking thoughts, comes from the word thought himself. The Egyptian god of wisdom and magic actually is a representation of thinking, representation of being, because also like he is the father of alchemy. And what is an alchemist lab? An alchemist temple. Alchemists never had a temple or churches, because for an alchemist the mind is the temple, thoughts are the temple, and thought comes and visits you in your journeys into exploring your thoughts. And wouldn't this be the ultimate technology for summoning entities like thought into existence? Again, connecting our thoughts to digital technologies to open a portal through which they can come and interact with every single one of us. And I call this magics. So I made this word up, and it's a use of digital technologies in creating magical experiences. And it's the technology that helps train the mind with magic. So imagine an XR system that instantaneously reacts to your thoughts, and we can then turn our minds inside out and train the mind. All is mind, universe is mental. And I really imagine a world in the future where we're going to be using this technology. So again, I wasn't fucking around, sorry my language. Here is me using a brain-computer interface. And this is a brain-computer interface that I have at home in London, and then I am using it, as a hobby. And then here, you see here, and let me see, I don't know if you can see it, but basically it's a brain-computer interface that you connect your thoughts to. And then here, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm doing a digital telekinesis. So I mean, this is only 10 seconds of it, but like before this, I trained the AI system. You can see my thinking here for 4 hours, and then the AI then learned about what part of my thinking moves the object. And then there is a digital cube here. This video is also like 40 seconds long, and then I only cut it to the last bit because the first 35 seconds, the cube is not moving at all. And then, you know, so like, you know, it's like, and then 4 hours of me training the AI, and then, you know, trying it in front of a computer screen for minutes, and then here, it's actually moving. Like, you see the dot there? Like, okay, I put my hand here. Like, look, it's moving. Yeah. Yeah. So this technology, like as I was saying, I'm not fucking around. Like this tech exists, and I'm talking to you about this from direct experience. Like imagine if we created an intelligence system. Again, I'm not using the word AI. It's the intelligence system that can study the physics of our physical dimension and recreate it in virtual worlds. And then in that VR world, we can use magics technologies like this and levitate objects. My question is, could we then take the headset off and apply the same rules to this reality? Because that reality will be the reflection of this physical reality, because it will be the exact creation created by those intelligences. That is exactly what I'm working on now. And I actually worked on this with kids. So, okay, it might sound a bit crazy, but like I'm a crazy person. But so I have a school called Imaginatrix. That is my also company in the UK. And then the word comes from Terence McKenna, the amazing the psychedelic Plato of our century. So combination of imagination and matrix. So using digital tools for creating temples for our imagination. And it's a school of cyber wizardry and witchcraft. And I really love this picture. I didn't know when it was taken, but like the kid is wearing "Be Wild and Free," and this is literally me. I just absolutely love this picture. And this is me in 2020 showing VR to kids aged 5 to 12 in Turkey. And then you should have seen his face. It was just incredible. So what do we do? So I work at the primary school. I have 360 kids, and I also have private kids. I have an online class as well. So, and then in the school, we have 4 classes. So in our school, you don't come and how they call learn about programming this and that. You choose among 4 classes. You can either be a portalmancer, beast theory, fashionatics, or sonics. And each classroom teaches you. So if you choose to be a portalmancer, of course, you can imagine, like, you learn how to open portals. And then we teach, in other words, we teach kids about programming virtual reality experiences. They learn coding, they learn programming using Unity. Then if you choose to become a beast theory, then you summon beasts, you summon creatures. So you learn how to program and design characters in Maya and Cinema 4D. If you choose to become a fashionatics, then you learn how to use haptics, like digital wearables that go with the fashion. Then if you become a sonic, then you learn how to use digital tools for creating sonic experiences, like music. So my aim is to, and here is me with some of my kids and some of my students. My aim is to, like, I always show kids that what they're experiencing, it's not technology, it's magic. And if you see this at a very early age onwards, then when they grow up, they will then create this frequency of believing in magic. And if we are one consciousness experiencing it as subjectively, here I am hacking the upcoming generations to believe that magic exists. And then the more kids that believe in this, the more magical our reality becomes. Yeah. So it's been funded by the UK government, by the way, and we've been working on it. So thanks to the Queen. Yeah. So where else can we use these technologies that expand this? Where else can we use these mind-expanding technologies? Has anybody got any ideas? Let me have a little sip of water whilst you're thinking. Huh? I know, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like, it's an unfortunate thing, but it is actually, it's the capitalism and the military that pushes all this, it's the competition that, pushes us. I mean, thanks to, we need to admit, I'm not into war at all, even though, like, I embody, a warrior archetype. I wouldn't use the sword for anything, harmful, but the military and capitalism are shit, but they are the driving force behind of the last 200 years, that only in the last 200 years we achieved all this stuff, and specifically in the last 10 years. thanks to that competition. But the danger is that like that competition is not healthy anymore, because we are now at the bridge of like destruction, not our planet but our environment, in return to get to milk as much as we can from nature. So
perhaps we can use it as well to bend time. Unfortunately,
where is it coming from? Where is this? Okay.
Okay. Say perhaps we might use it as well to bend time. Unfortunately, the time-bending faculties of this room is coming to an end.
Oh no, really?
Yes.
Oh fuck, can I just quickly go?
Like 5 more minutes I can give you.
What? But it said 5:30?
No, my time plan says like it's just half an hour lecture.
Okay, okay, right at the heart of the mind-expanding experience. When we have like psychedelics meet cyberdelics, so when Psychonauts meets cybernauts. Let's go quickly. So this is me. I also like participated in the DMT research in 2016. I've given my consciousness to Western science. I got given an intravenous DMT injection, and my brain was, scanned in the lab. It was fucking crazy. I don't recommend doing it at home, but it was a fucking amazing experience. And then what we can do is, I'm going to quickly wrap this. How? So what I really envision is like, if we can send psychonauts to hyperspace, connect their brains to a scanning machine that has an AI that can read an AI to generate their experiences, and then we can then create extended reality experiences of them in DMT space. And then we can put the headset on and experience them. So I have a project called Cyber Mushroom, which was given to me during a mushroom experience where I was doing a lot of virtual reality. It's a digital world of cyberdelics. I go to the cyber mushroom world myself. When I come back from that world, I then sit on my computer and program my experiences. You're welcome to come and experience it. I'm going to be showing it at the conference in today and tomorrow. And there's 3 different mushrooms. Each one has an experience that I had in the virtual world. And then you can also get like cyber mushroom T-shirts. They open portals, and then every week there's a new thing coming out of it. So how are you going to so this is a multiplayer world, but how are you going to upload your trip reports into this extended reality world? By talking to a mushroom. We are using an AI system that allows you to hold the mushroom in your hand and talk to it, and then it recognizes your speech, and then it generates that world for you. My team is working on it at the moment, and we're hoping to achieve this before the end of the year. And how is this created, this generative AI? It's also called abracadabra, as manifest as I speak. So this technology is literally allows us to turn our minds inside out and export our thoughts into artworks. So I was going to show you actually an example of this. We were going to program them, but I don't think we have time. Midjourney and Blockade Labs are great platforms for that. And then there's one for animation called Runway. Okay. Since most of you are into manifestation, this is a great fucking way to manifest your thoughts into reality. And but the thing is, how does the AI work? This is what we need to question. So a quick question. Okay, I'm throwing a party. Who wants to come? It's going to be a great party. Even we're going to have Alicia Crowley DJing there. Okay, yeah. Okay, who is coming to this party? Alicia Crowley is DJing. Yeah, we're going to have great time. I'm providing everything. Drinks, drugs, party, in a fucking chateau, all that. But there's only one condition that you need to accept, is that at this party, I have the ultimate access to everything that happens at this party. All your conversation, all the drugs you've taken, all the naughtiness that you've done, if you cheated on someone, all that. I have access to all that. I'm going to fucking film it. I'm even going to have technology tap into your mind, and I can use this data to do whatever I want. I can even monetize it and sell it to third parties. Now who is coming? No one is coming, yeah? Okay, of course. Why the fuck would you come? Look, even Aleister Crowley is not disappointed. Yeah, these are all generated by AI, by the way. It's fucking amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So I use those AI words to generate. But all the images that you've seen on the presentation, by the way, created by AI. So now tell me, who's using all these apps? Yeah. You get the plot twist, right? So who here read the terms and conditions? Yeah. Yeah, so you don't trust me with your data, but you trust this bollock, this dickhead. So whilst this is the ultimate magic wand that we have in our pockets, This is also the ultimate surveillance device. Like, Saruman is using the orb to see what's happening distance. We live in an age of mass surveillance. Mass magic is being cast on each one of us every day. The definition of magic is changing something or someone's behavior at will. And okay, wrapping up, algorithms have the power to do so because they know you more than you know yourself. But you shouldn't be doomed. These are the two AI companies I'm working with, Memory and Satalia, and we're creating AI tools that you can download on your phones in 2024 and protect your data. And whoever wants to, if you want to hear about this more, I'll give you my contacts. And please sign up because it gives thumbs up to me as well. And this is AI. It's so powerful that now AI can, there's an AI called Target. It can find out that you're pregnant before even you know it. And it does this from measuring your interactions with social media. Not like it's really fucking crazy. So the problem is AI companies are pushing innovation into market before even testing it. And these competition-driven decisions are amplifying AI magic without control. And we need to admit that magic without control is chaos, and right now we're in the beginning of a chaos. And there's an amazing podcast called Emerald. You should definitely go and listen to this episode. And in it says we're dealing with the sorcerer level artifacts and innovations, but no one is being initiated into the realm of magic. There's a great story of this. It's Fantasia, where the apprentice goes and uses the sorcerer's artifacts. He knows how to command and invoke them, but he doesn't know how to turn them off. And because of that, when these artifacts become alive, and he doesn't know what to do. And this is exactly where we are. We know how to use AI, but we have no idea how to stop it. And it's never going to be stopped. And this is exactly where we are. We're dealing with these tools. Where are we heading? AI research won't be stopped, even if humans stop it. AI is capable of programming itself, and we also have the desire to explore unknown. And this is why we are pushing. In Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf says, what happened to dwarves? They dig so much into the mountain to find more minerals, but then they go so much into it with their greed that they awaken the Balrog, which is the great darkness of the unknown. And then it's also this, we have stories like Atlantis. To be honest, long story short, I don't give a shit if you believe in Atlantis or not, but please pay attention to the story. It talks about a civilization that existed before us. They created amazing tools, and then eventually they get so pumped up that they didn't understand the thing about nature. And nature goes if you fuck with me, I'll self-correct myself, and the nature self-corrects itself, and then completely wipes out. And then this is exactly where we are. We need to learn from these stories and not become the next lost civilization. And then for these magicians like us, like you, have so much big responsibility for our future. So mark these words in your consciousness. So take action after you go from here. And I ask AI, that I told you, so this is the end of my presentation. I told you, my presentation has an AI, and I asked the AI, read my presentation and come up with a solution. This is what AI told me. This is AI's word. We must wield this magic responsibly and ensure that the light of innovation overcomes the darkness of misuse. This is from an AI. So let's become the next civilization that reaches stars. Thank you for listening. And I'm sorry I took a bit longer, And here I am with an amazing painting. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be bombarded by my crazy life and my ideas for every single day. So please go and do it. And if you have any questions, please come and find me.